Hey guys, and welcome back to In Deep, our stream from In Development. That has been, what is this, episode 10, we're into double figures. Woo, yay! Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't done so before, you can go back and check out previous episodes. We basically want to continue what we're doing in our regular situation, just bringing people together and either showcasing talent and work with others and making sure that people still connect, find new collaborators and discover new work and share it with each other at this very strange time. The main reason why we started this thing is to support Crisis, which is going to appear here below, and we are on a mission to be raising £1,000 for them. Crisis UK is a charity here in the UK which helps fight poverty and homelessness. We have had a lot of support from guests and our wonderful audience. Really appreciate it. We're most of the way there now. That doesn't mean that we should slack it off. Special thanks to everybody in here. I'm going to do like a long little scroll. Very proud of everybody who's contributed so far very generously. Every single penny counts. And we are currently at £810 out of 1,000. It would be wonderful to hit 1,000 within the next few days. I'm going to be streaming through Easter just to do it. Not that anybody's going to be around, but I'll do it anyway, just to keep this thing happening. Thank you again to the most recent ones. Again, Natalie, Carla from Nomad, Liv from Nomad, Scotch Bonnet, whoever you are, thank you very much. Anonymous, who I think is actually from one of our guests today, from Rob. And but yeah, if we can get this to move at all during this, by the end of this stream, I'd be really grateful. You can support it any time. Again, thank you for whatever you guys are doing in your local communities. Or if you just can't, if you can't do it, do it later on. I really appreciate it. Today we are going to be launching straight into it. The guys today are from Graft, which I'm going to show you because I've just done a little special card here. So today we are joined by Graft's Shane O'Doherty, I'm going to check if I said that right, and Rob Jury, who are the respective the creative director of motion and the creative director of film. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, Ross.
Hello.
Hi.
Shane, did I get your name right? Is it?
It's a difficult one. It's O'Doherty.
O'Doherty. Damn it! I took a gamble. Took a gamble there.
I mean, that's all right. Rob still gets it wrong, and he's known me for 10 years.
I think I do it just to spite you.
Amazing. This is of course their website, but it is changing, right, guys? Do you with the new rebrand? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We should have had it live by now, but you know the current state of everything. It's probably about a month off, but we'll certainly let you know. Okay, brilliant. Anyway, guys, you can check them out at wearegraft.com. You can also find them on Instagram at graft.film. Go give them a follow, check them out, and I'm sure they'll reciprocate because it's all about just mashing all together at this time. Again, shout out to the chat. Hello, Natalie. Hello, welcome back. And Kathy Wang, always a stalwart. Kathy Wang from the Dots. Daisy Sarah, always there. I love it. We just need Dane. Just need Dane, really, and we can have the whole party here. Hello to Nick. And who else is in the thing? Do we have Lily? Hey, Lily. Hey, guys. How you doing? Right, so today I wanted to bring Graft on today because we actually were introduced through Coralie and had a chat about what they were doing and how they wanted to get involved in this crazy project of ours. And they're going to be helping us out on another project that you'll be finding out about in the weeks or potential month to come. We'd love to get some of you involved in it, but they've been really supportive and wonderful, which is why they're one of our supporters in this little card that's below me here now. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Whereabouts? Let's start off. Where are you at the moment? Then, Rob, you go. Where are you now?
So I'm living in Lewisham in South London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite pleasant. I'm not far from Greenwich Park, so you know when I go out for my daily run, it's a nice place to run through.
Nice.
Before they close it, so hopefully they don't close it.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing to sort of keep sane?
You have to, yeah. I'm also doing the I don't know if anyone else is doing it, but the Joe Wicks workouts to pee with Joe every 9 in the morning every morning. So I'm doing that as well, just to keep myself healthy and active.
Isn't that for kids?
It is for kids, but I'm knackered after it, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing like little baby yoga with my daughter, and she's not interested. I'm kind of getting into it, but yeah, again, exhausted, absolutely exhausted. I'm so disgusting at the moment. Shane, whereabouts are you? You're in Brixton, right?
No, actually, so the office is in Brixton. I'm just down the road, walking distance. I'm in Dulwich Village. Ooh. So that's it's a nice, there's worse places, I'm sure, to be stuck in your apartment.
Nice. How's Dulwich treating you at the moment? Is everybody behaving?
So everybody is. One of our 2 local parks is Brockwell Park, the one that was in the news for having been shut down last weekend because of people chilling out and hanging around too long. But we go to Dulwich Park with. I'm like you. I've got one little one at home. My son is 16 months old. Ooh. So that's we bounce off the apartment a little bit and then we go to the park.
Yeah. Same here. My daughter's nearly heading towards 3 and she's losing her mind, but thankfully Disney Plus has kicked in and she's enjoying that as much as possible. Shall I actually introduce everybody to your work? We've got this website, but you guys have just cut a new showreel. Should we show that to the guys?
Yes, please. Yeah,
wonderful.
It's a video premiere, so yeah, lucky audience.
Premiere. Check this out. Okay, guys, here it comes. I'm just gonna find where this little button is, and here we go.
Hey, kids. To the masters on behalf of the class's masters. We showed up ski masters, pigs and asses to murder. Lift up our glasses and watch your palaces burn to ashes. Fascists, who the f*** are you to get 50 lashes? All cause I'm motivated, stimulated, never smoking, simulated, happy and burning hashes. Killer, diddle with them like you're squilling, get them, hit them, got them, shot them and flip the mattress. Woo! I'm the man, got big ideas, got plans to roll. In the Rothschild living in Bill Gates and the ghost of Jaws. Yeah, I said it, I'm in it, I ain't flinching it. March on lynching it, run through a face like internet, domain imminent. We the preeminent, killing it, winning it, spitting it, ready, raw rap, rhyme ridiculous. Enemy grave, he digging it. Then we us go to hell, we bending it, getting it. Killers of the earth get scared. You do not get one word. You do not live for the herd. Even you living's absurd. Better all kick to the curb. That is my word. Back in the bench, not timeline zip. No wins for the kid that got curved. In the bears game rip. I'm a bit so sick with the clock split, the whip swerve. It's like nothing I broke. Can't stand the scope in the booth of this road like better ass Pope on a play date. Better call Mayday. Baby, I spray, I'm an AK. Get played and played it. Serving dead meat, fame the table. Cain and Abel, death to punish. Running tools to make last breath Brexit.
Yeah. That was the show reel. Sorry, we were just busy having a chat there because they're on a 10-second lag. Of course, we were all just having a little chat about that, about the show reel. That's awesome, guys. I've just noticed that it has your old branding in it, though. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to sort that out. So, tell us the story of Graft. How did you guys meet? How did you come together? How did this come to be?
Well, I'll take this one if you don't mind, Rob, because you're going to talk film in a minute. So yeah, Graft is just it started off a collaboration between Rob and myself. Rob is the edit side and I'm the motion graphics side. We'd worked together as freelancers when one of us had been freelance and the other had been in-house with a studio, or vice versa, or both freelance for years. And then what tends to happen is one of our clients comes to Rob for edit but needs some motion graphics, or vice versa. My clients come to me for motion graphics but need some edit. So it became it just made sense, and it became a really fluid working relationship, and we tended to kind of deliver on what our clients wanted. So it worked really well. They were very happy with the end results. We kind of upped the standard and the quality of the output, and we didn't kind of scream each other's heads off in the meantime. So we work well together. So it just kind of went from there. It's been in business. We're in our third year of business now. We thought it would get a little bit more routine, but obviously year 3 is also March 2020, so everything got a bit weird.
Yeah, we just don't count. Nobody's going to count 2020. It's going to be the year the lost year for everybody.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. We're in year 2, version 2.
Yeah.
You want to call it. But no, it's exciting. We've had a couple of permanent staff members whose roles have adopted or have moved away or who have grown into the roles. Like you mentioned at the start, Coralie is our head of production at the moment, and she's brilliant. And we've got two offices.
Oh.
In Brixton.
Right, two offices in Brixton. You loved it so much. You're like, we need more of this. Is one live action?
That's all to placate Rob's need for interior design.
I just expand myself. So yeah, the second office is my chance to bring in the flamboyance and the retro.
Nice. Is that a sort of a live action studio element of it, or is it? So what?
So that's we don't tend to operate too much in live action production. We can do the full pipeline for animation, both 3D and 2D. But for live action, we tend to lean more towards post production. It's where our skill sets are. It's where Rob can really shine. He's got the full edit suite. We can do grade. We can do sound design. But we're really excited that we've started end of year 2. We've started doing on location. We don't have a studio space where we can film in our current studio, but we've got really nice working relationships with people who do have that. Nice. So we're expanding on our initial premise.
Oh, great. Oh, that's good. Just so you know, guys in the audience, we'd love to hear from you. Hello to Ross Jones, who says, "Good work, gents." I don't know if you know who Ross Jones is. He's got a great name.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions for the guys during this entire stream, please let us know. Don't feel like any question is a stupid question or an obvious question. Just drop it in there. It's completely fine. With that, I would like to roll into the piece, because of course what we do here is we ask our guests to bring something of their own that they feel has an interesting or memorable story or particularly strange challenge about it, and then we show it and we play it and then we discuss it afterwards. So Rob, you brought Valentines. Now usually I get people to say, "Oh, tell us a little bit about this," and I go like, "Oh wait, shut up." So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play it. Is that cool?
Yeah, go for it. Please
okay. Let me see if I can. If I say that and I'm like, where is that again? Where is it? Oh, here it is.
What is freedom for me? Freedom for me is really allowing myself and the people around me to be whatever it is they want in that moment without any judgment. You see so many different expressions of people here all the time, everywhere. Some people see Tel Aviv and Israel as a divided conflict place. Some people see it as the gayest, most liberating city in the Middle East, and they're all kind of right. In some ways, this is the gayest city in the world, and the vibe is amazing, and everywhere you go, everybody's gay, everybody's happy, everything's great. And on the other hand, we don't have any rights, and we are not a part of the Western world in that sense. And the way I see Tel Aviv and the way I see myself is there are so many layers and no one easy way to define it. I started my drag, which is kind of a gender fluid performance, like 10 years ago. We opened a party which was the first Middle Eastern gay party in the world. It was in a tiny club called Zizi. It was tiny but packed, and my dad came and all the top drag queens from Tel Aviv came to see me. I was really influenced by nightlife performers who really mix their own looks for the clubs. It was much more club kids than drag queens, and that's why I think my performance was not so rigid with rules. The mix of Eastern and Western culture here really affected my work. Everything is about juxtaposition of things. Femininity and masculinity, East and West, and my art is all about those contrasts. On one side there's the Arab world, and on the other side is really the Euro-American culture. Living in Tel Aviv, you can really be whatever you want. I think that just a narrow way of living just doesn't cut it anymore for anyone. I think that as an Israeli, as Middle Eastern, as a brown person, as gay, and just as a man in this world, bringing forth your most authentic self will always have a very big impact. I feel that what I do is about freeing yourself and allowing yourself the expression to be whatever it is that you want to be.
And that was Valentines.
Yeah.
That was lovely. I really liked that. How did that project come to you in the first place?
So I got approached by an agency that I've worked with for many years called Oliver, and they reached out to say if I'd be interested in editing a promo for Valentines. And all they said was that it was a drag queen, a drag performer in Tel Aviv. And I was like, that sounds well up my street. So they were involved in shooting it. A lady named Nagi was directing it, and the whole creative and everything was done by Oliver. But yeah, I came in as the editor. It was a really fun project. It actually sort of came about quite quickly. You know, I generally work quite fast, but it came together in about sort of 4 days. So a lot of it was just spending the first day sort of watching all the footage. I don't have the luxury of having an edit assistant, so I had to sort of watch through all the footage and make my selects. And then the director came in probably about two or 3 days later, and by that point I'd already made sort of 80% of the edit, and then it was a case of just sort of fine tuning it and getting it to a nice place. But it came across quite quickly, and I was really proud of it. And it was an interesting story. When you're an editor, you want to sort of edit projects that have some meaning and have something unique about it. And I felt like the character called, I think his name's Uriel Yukatil. I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Okay.
I apologize. But yeah, he's a director, choreographer, and drag performer based in Tel Aviv in Israel. And it was just a really interesting story and a really cool project to work on.
Yeah, it's really good. I wasn't aware of the series before. I'd like to check out the rest of it. I'm guessing that it's chapters across different countries and cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. It's awesome. So, so you didn't. I thought that you might have directed it. Actually, who was the director on it?
Her name is Nagi.
Nagi.
So, yeah, she's on Instagram, but check her out. She's done some really cool work, and she was a lovely client. We got on well. That's always the perk when you sort of work with a great director. He's easygoing,
Is it just Nagi? Is it
Narghi?
Narghi. Let's go. Nagi. I probably spelt this wrong. Definitely spelt this wrong. Never mind. We'll find we'll find out. We'll definitely put the links and stuff all below so you guys can check it out afterwards. That's really great. What are the kind of projects that turn you guys on? What are the main apart from the bread and butter jobs? What are the ones that make you sit up and think, this is it, I really want to be part of this?
Are you going to go, Shane, or shall I talk?
Sorry, on Instagram, Nargi's her handle is NAR_DOT, nar.
Dot. There we go.
And then her name is Nargi. Rob has spelled that right.
There it is.
So yeah, what we always try to do is something creative. At least have one where we lead the creative in the back pocket. So what we've done most recently, unfortunately, it's not been released yet, but it is completely done. So we're just waiting for them to give us the heads up. But it was a short film, very similar actually to the one that we've just watched, but for a local charity, for Building Young Brixton.
Mm-hmm.
Rob edited. We had full creative over the actual shoot, so you could say that Rob directed it as well, but we worked hand in hand with a self-shooter and someone who certainly led the creative on set is a guy called Joao Fernandez, and he's brilliant. a brilliant freelancer. And he's also a colorist as well, who's on the London scene, and he's a long-term collaborator with us. But yeah, Rob, do you want to tell us a bit about the Building Young Brixton edit?
Yeah, so obviously Shane and I went to a networking event, and we met some of the individuals from Building Young Brixton, and we were really inspired by the story that they had, but there wasn't a huge amount of promotion for it, so we were keen to sort of get involved in a project and promote. Basically, Building Young Brixton sort of incorporates about 8 charities all working with the youth of Lambeth, of the youth in Lambeth. Mm-hmm. So me and Joelle, and we went out and we interviewed a lot of the directors for these different sort of organisations. We invited some of their graduations, and it was just a really inspiring story. And hopefully when it's released, you'll promote it and we'll show it. But it was an emotional piece, and as we're based in Brixton, it was just sort of important to sort of tell that story of the kids in the Lambeth area.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And that's the kind of thing we want to do. I mean, we've got our eye on Brixton Brewery next to see if we can't get some beers into the mix, or at least have a beer while we talk to them about what we can do with them.
Well, Brixton beer. Did somebody say beer? Because we just happen to be. That's a nice little segue here. I might just take a moment because, of course, our friends at the 5 Points Brewing Company, wonderful Cal, has set us up with this, our first ever promo code, which is 10% off. Just use Indeep. They've got it all in stock, guys. Just go and check them out. Support local breweries and pick yourself up. Just drink yourself into oblivion. Why not? There they are over there. Thank you to Cal. And also at the end of every single week, we will be giving our best contributors, so start asking wonderful, brilliant questions and just be a wonderful, supportive person to each other down the chat. And we will be rewarding you with either bar tabs, courtesy of 5 Points, or brewery tour tickets for you and a friend. Thank you very much to Cal. Go and check it out. Let's have a look. But also, Brixton Beers. Let's check it out. Let me see. Can I find Brixton Beers? Brixton Beers. Probably Cal's going to be mad at me for doing this. Is it Brixton Brewery?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's pull them up. Right here. There they are. Check them out. We're of drinking age, we can do that. So tell about your journey and things. What I asked the guys to do is to bring us not only some of their work, but to also share with us a few things that have either inspired them or have been influential to them into whether getting into this industry in the first place, or perhaps influencing their work, or things that they might actually wish as a dream project to work on once we're out of this weird hell. So Rob sent me initially a huge list, a list that was just way too big. And the first one is, I think there was like about 20 or something films, because he watched Joe Apps's episode and thought, yeah, here we go, whoops. Sort of showed up in about 5 seconds. He'd already had that prepared, clearly waiting for the opportunity to share it. And I've asked him to cut it down to 3. So heartbreaking as it is, how about you introduce the first one that we're going to do? Introduce the first and second, and then afterwards you can tell us why you think that they were so special to you.
Which one are we doing first? We're doing the Come to Daddy.
I think it's Window Liquor, actually.
Window Liquor first. So I'm drawn to sort of dark content. I love it, and I'm a huge music video fan. And when I saw the video for Aphex Twin's Window Liquor, directed by Chris Cunningham, it sort of blew me away. And I think at the time, all the music videos that were out were sort of R&B hip hop videos, and I think this was just a breath of fresh air, sort of mocking that whole hip hop and pushing it to the extremes. And it was unbelievable, and it's completely inspired me to be the editor that I am today. So let's play it, and then I can chat a bit more about it afterwards.
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Here is Window Liquor by Aphex Twin. Welcome back, and Well, we won't be playing Aphex Twin again. We're going to have to dispute that one there. But go and check it out. What we're going to do instead this stream is we'll play it on silent. But I think most people know that film. If you haven't seen it before, go and check it out. Just Google Aphex Twin Window Licker, and we'll play the second one as well. But we're going to play it on silent while Rob talks about it, which is Come to Daddy. So let's just check. Everybody's there. There we go. Kathy Wang, etc. Thanks, guys, for hopping over. What a weird situation. But I'm glad that we could resolve it here. So here we go. I'm just going to play it there now. There we go. Okay, it's rolling. Okay. So yeah, tell us the story of you and your love affair with Chris Cunningham.
I think I sort of came to Chris Cunningham's work at university. I was studying animation, and I just became incredibly obsessed with his work to the point where I would make copies of his music videos and copy them and look at the edits and the speed at which he edits and how he cuts to music. And for years and years and years, I just became more obsessed with his work. And it basically inspired me to become an editor. So I was going to go into animation, but I just fell in love with music video, especially sort of like the darker stuff and the more quirky, dark content, dark humor. And yeah, I just spent so long analyzing all of his videos. He's just like the biggest inspiration for my editing career. So it's sort of a bit of a nod to him, and I love Aphex Twin as well. But yeah, Chris Cunningham is just a genius in the music video genre.
Yeah, I remember watching it many years ago on, I think again, MTV2, so inspirational and pointed in my life. And the intro especially for this film, is so long and so unique in it. I don't think there's anything really like this. There's been attempts to imitate this thing before, but since, but that was the main thing that stood out. Obviously, the cinematic nature of it and how absolutely beautiful it is to look at.
It's all pre-CGI. It's all prosthetics, and the prosthetic artist who worked with Chris a lot on these videos was a chap called Dominic Hailstone. And you got to check out some of his work as well. It's equally as dark, but it's beautiful as well.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I'll definitely look that up.
I think you just don't see videos like this anymore. I think Michael Jackson, in terms of the length and creating sort of short films for these music videos, were great. I think Lady Gaga did a similar type thing, but they just don't make videos for this length and the cinematic quality of it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jonas Ackland and Gaga do that. I guess, I mean, it's all down to budget, but I think it's also trusting sort of the ultimate vision of these things. And quite a lot of, I know we were talking about, while the thing was playing originally, Rob was discussing how it's his belief that this is actually improvised on the set. I'd love to know if that was true.
It was all improvised. I think the initial start was when they were meant to sort of drive up to the ladies, but I think the characters were so funny. I think Chris just let it roll. So that's probably why it's a 2-minute intro before the video actually starts.
Yeah, and of course it has which obviously ran on to his further works with Aphex Twin, with Chris Cunningham's face actually is the prosthetic, isn't it? It's like a twisted, demented version of his face.
I think it's Aphex Twin. I think it's Richard DJ.
Is it? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, no, I think it's just so freakish and weird and wonderful. It's very much at that time when PlayStation was sort of experimenting with sort of avant-garde aesthetics and like allowing themselves to be really weird and twisted, which is exciting, which I guess some would maybe argue somebody like Ian Ponce-Joule is revisiting or reawakening today to an extent. But yeah, I love it. It's just so gritty and dark. And I know that you were talking about what is the one with the freakish boy who's trapped in the room in the dark? What's it called again?
Which one's this? The Chris Cunningham video.
The Chris Cunningham one, yeah. What is it called again? It's like Bobby. Something.
Rubber Johnny, yeah.
Rubber Johnny, that's it.
Incredible. If you haven't seen it, you really have to check it out. It took him, from what I read, it took him 3 years to make. It was on weekends. I think it's him with prosthetics dressed up.
Oh my God.
It took him 3 years to film like every weekend on the DV camera.
Absolutely mad.
It's crazy. You watch it and I just think, how did you edit that? I don't even know where to begin with how he created that video, but it's breathtaking.
Yeah, it's incredible. And obviously, I mean, I'm sure he's influenced. He must be cited by a lot of people as an influence. But even now watching it today, it's so fresh.
Oh, it's totally fresh, yeah. But I think with the videos, with the Window Liquor and the Come to Daddy, it's with the Window Liquor one, it's looking at hip hop videos, with the girls in bikinis and limos and all that stuff. But it's pushing it to the monstrous, extreme. And I think with the Come to Daddy, it's sort of, I guess it's talking about, kids watching violent things on TV and being affected by it. But it's how Chris has taken that idea and pushed it. I think, he's a genius.
Yeah, he is. We were discussing the mystery of where Chris Cunningham is and why we aren't seeing so much stuff of his today. So if anybody can look into that mystery and let us know, I'd love to know. Where is he? What's he doing? Who's worked with him lately? I want to know. Is he all right? You're all right, Chris. I'm sure that I'm going to wiki him in a little bit and then just be like, oh shit. But we'll find out. I'd love to know if you guys know any secrets and mysteries, answer it and stuff below. But
I nearly met him once, Ross.
What?
I checked out though. I think it was the 30th anniversary of the thing. They were playing it, this is years ago, they were playing it at Cineworld in Leicester Square.
Uh-huh.
When I was queuing up to get my ticket, Chris Cunningham was probably 5 people in front of me.
Yeah.
And I instantly knew who he was, and I started freaking out. And I think he could sense that I was freaking out.
Oh no, he's like, it's one of those. Super fan. Uh-oh.
I know, super fan. But so I told my friend about it, and we went to see the film a few days later. And after the film, I saw him I think he was with his girlfriend or somebody. But I couldn't go up to him and say hi. I chickened out so much. He was just too much of an idol for me, so I left it at that. But I was so close to saying hi to him. So that's my only visible spot of Chris Cunningham.
You didn't even manage a limp wave, just like, hi, I love you. Yeah, I've been there. Come on too strong, and then you live to regret it. Don't freak them out. Don't meet your heroes. That's one of my new rules. It's just don't, because you'll either freak them out or be disappointed. Anyway, this now, of course, these two are classics there, which I see quite a few you're going to look up. Hassan, hey, how's it going, buddy? Definitely look it up. His work is amazing. We were talking about how Chris Cunningham, Michel Gondry, and Mark Romanek, etc., had a collection. I can't remember who put it out, but it was a DVD collection of all of their music video and short film works about, I'm going to even say, nearly 20 years ago, and they were amazing. Somebody during my master's course nicked mine. They thought it was so good they nicked it. So I've been very distraught ever since, but Rob says he's got the whole collection, so we can just go and nick his, and that'll be fine. But the third and last inspirational piece of yours is by Daniels, correct?
Correct, yes.
So a much more recent one. I'm gonna play a little bit of it with a sound, and I think that you guys should go check it out. What is the title of it again, just in case people want to check it out afterwards?
It's called Turned Down for What?
Turned Out for What? I'm sure you've all seen it, but it's awesome. I'm very glad to have it. Daniels are an amazing creative force. So I'm gonna play a little bit with sound, and then we're gonna come back in with Rob and Shane. Tell us, Rob, can you tell us why you love Daniel's work, or pick this one in particular?
I think I just picked this one just for a bit of fun. I'm a big fan of Daniel's work, and I think whilst we're all in self-isolation, there's nothing wrong with a bit of sexual dancing around the flat. So if anything, it's more inspiration, really. But yeah, I thought it would be just something it's a wicked video, and I thought everyone would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning.
It's really great. Guys, there they are. Daniels, go check them out. Of course, directors of Swiss Army Man, if you haven't seen that as well. This is the one here. It's DJ Snake and Lil Jon. Okay, legendary. I'm not gonna do a goddamn thing, but there it is. Let's go. Make sure you like and follow them. Give them a follow. They're amazing. They're worthwhile. Well, guys, before we go, sorry, I was a little janky there, but I was just wondering as well before we move on. I just wanted to ask if there's anything that you sort of see going on beyond this. Like, how do you feel like this crisis is going to potentially change the way the industry works, or how you guys are going to be working in future?
So in the immediate future, obviously, people won't be able to get to location shoots with the same ease that they traditionally have. So we're already noticing a kind of an uptake in motion graphics solutions, animations, or even just kind of people recording webinars and things, but who need motion graphics to get it there, to get it to the standard where it's presentable, whether it's like graphs being animated, or even just titles and lower thirds to help kind of like describe a point being made. So we're noticing an uptake in the motion graphics. I think that's short to medium term. I don't think that's the long-term outcome here. I think we're going to eventually kind of fall mostly back into the swing of traditional advertising and traditional video content. It'd be really nice to see what happens, what gets left behind, because it clearly wasn't working already. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Rob.
No, I think it's exactly that. I just hope that it goes back to normal and the projects pick up. But no, I think for you and I, Shane, we're keeping busy with other projects and future pitches. There's a lot of projects that we'd like to get involved with. You know, I watched the episode with Tom Richard from Hobby Films, and I love the content that he was creating, or their company creates. So I think for projects, I'd like to sort of, you know, create some projects that have that sort of comedic quality to it. But yeah, I think I'm just excited for this whole thing to sort of blow over and get back to normal working days, get back into the office and work on some really cool creative projects.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully that happens very quickly. I personally don't think we're never going to find that normal again. We're going to be in a new normal, but hopefully it's a good and healthy one. We can try to find a better way through all of this, a better way of working, a more responsible way of working, maybe a more creative way of working.
Well, this is it. I mean, as an industry, a lot of our job, whether it's animation or film or pre-production, is problem solving anyway. And I'm sure a lot of other industries are. But we're a small studio. Just started our third year of business, so we've spent 2 years and a bit now creatively problem solving to even just kind of get from project A to project B, and to upsell the next thing, and to grow. So this is a new and a worldwide problem, and not a small one by any means. But if there's anything that, you know, creative problem solving can sort out or make better, it's something that our industry is kind of primed to do.
Yeah, that is very true. That's very true. Well, thanks, guys. On that note, I'd love to say thank you very much for your time. I'm really looking forward to having you back when, of course, this is completely re-overhauled, and maybe we can, looking forward to sharing the stuff that you guys are working on for us as well. Again, really appreciate your help and support on that. And yeah, thank you guys in the chat as well. Thank you for sticking through this weird muddle mess. What I'll probably end up doing is editing all of this together into just one stream, one weird thing, and then reposting the whole thing again, just because otherwise it's too janky. But we will learn our lesson from this and just be showing a little tiny segment of music videos from now on, because as we know, record labels are ruthless in this new algorithm and don't really want to you can't really argue fair use on the fly when you're streaming. Shout out to everybody in there. Thank you very much for your questions. I am going to go back to the fundraiser now and hope to God that it has moved. Let's see, 810. Oh, guys, you let me down. This is very sad, very disappointing. But I'm going to keep hassling you. This has to reach £1,000 sooner rather than later, guys. Just remember, there are people that actually have zero in this moment. And even though we're all quite scared and in vulnerable positions, and I know there are people also who have lost their jobs. I'm definitely not expecting you guys to contribute, but if you can, anything makes a great big difference, whether it's even just a quid. I'd really massively appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks again to you guys for coming along. I'm going to say goodbye and not waste any more of your time. I'm sure you have lots of things to get on with. But thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us, Ross. Really appreciate it.
Cheers,
thanks,
guys.
Ross.
Brilliant. Thank you all, and remember, really boring stuff, but of course subscribe, and remember to follow and support each other. It's really important that we build this network and connect together. Don't be afraid to drop somebody a line, whether it's directly through their website, email, or their social medias. Let's do it. Again, one more time, if you need some help, start drinking. Yeah, don't make it a problem. But anyway, from me and the rest of the team, thank you very much, and goodbye.